guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Brian and this is Creative Visions. Today, in the video that you are about to see, is the part 2 to the 1080p video that I put together the other day that's up on the channel right now, the 1080p versus 4K with the Sony Fx3. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please check out this video. I'm gonna do it a little bit different in this video. This whole video, for the most part, has been filmed in 1080p just to show you how great it really is. If you're trying to save on file sizes, save on your hard drive, or if your computer or laptop struggles with these codecs, kind of like mine does. If I don't record in HD, then sometimes I have to break it down into proxies, and yeah, it's just what you have to do with the Sony Fx3 or the Sony A7s3. These codecs are really hard on computers, at least my laptop for sure. So anyway, back to what I was saying. This video is about creating with 1080p on the Sony Fx3. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please hit the like button. Think about subscribing and just enjoy the video. Alright guys, so what's up? We're down here on the beach. Like I said, we're going to shoot this whole video in HD. If you didn't watch the part 1 to this video, it was about me talking about how I prefer to shoot in HD on this camera because of the file sizes and how it's easier on my computer to edit these files. And you know, for the guy or girl who's trying to grow onto the YouTube or filmmaking, you know, for a lot of us, it's a struggle. You know, we struggle to climb up the hill as far as what gear we can buy and what gear we don't have. So we got to deal with what we have to work with at the time. And right now, I was fortunate enough to get this camera, but I don't have a laptop that is actually precision or good enough to really edit these files straight out of camera. So I have to make proxies. I have to do all that. So doing it with 1080p, sometimes it saves me. If I'm just doing a 2 or 3 minute video, then I don't have to make it into proxies, and it still looks amazing. And from my understanding, if you didn't know, that this camera and the Sony A7s3 takes the 4K and downsizes it to 1080p. That's why it looks so amazing and it looks so good. So that's what we're using today. I'm gonna get out here. There's a bunch of like seabirds, I don't know what you call them. So I'm gonna get out and maybe take some photos, take some B-roll of just the different scenery and things like that, and y'all can see the 1080p and how amazing it looks. I hope you enjoy this video, guys. Please hit the like button if you do. Please think about subscribing down below. And always, if you want to support the channel, there's in the description, there is gear that you can buy. There ain't no extra price to you, but if you click on it, it helps this channel grow. Just a little advertisement for myself there. I am a YouTuber. I'm not full-time YouTube yet, but the more people that help me do that, then the closer I can become to being full-time. So I appreciate y'all letting me drop that little self-sponsor in there. Anyways, guys, let's get into the video. I hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna drop a cool little track right here, and we're gonna do some B-roll. What do you say? Let's do it. What's up, guys? So that's the end of us being down here at the beach. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to get out from here, get away from here, should I say, and go downtown and see what we can get, and actually maybe do some comparison on the 1080p versus the 4K. It is super bright out here today, so I'm hoping that you're enjoying this footage. If you are, please hit that like button for your boy. and let's go downtown and compare some footage and just have some fun. You know, being a new YouTuber is hard. I don't care who tells you that it ain't. Sometimes it's hard. Getting over that fear factor of everybody else seeing you with a camera in your hand and talking to yourself, it's scary. It's really scary sometimes. So, with that being said, I think my exposure is a little too high. But anyway, yeah, it's scary. The thought of, you know, someone else watching you have this big ass thing in your face, and everybody's like, oh, what are you doing? But you would think in this day and age, everybody would automatically assume and know what you were doing. Hold on, I'm fixing my exposure. And but still, yeah, you get stares, especially down here in South Mississippi. They act like they have no idea what you're doing. So, anyway, I know that was probably pretty boring there for a second, but you know, one thing I gotta learn is to make these videos not for, how can I say this? I'm making these videos from me, and I need to remember that. I totally enjoy making these videos. It's a release for me. It's a release from my dark past. It helps me move forward in my life. Having a camera in my hand helps me tremendously. So I've got to stop worrying about other people and what people think. And what's crazy about that is, like, 90% of my life I could give a damn less what anybody had to think about me in a certain way, you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't care. People could talk about me and I wouldn't care. And for some reason, like, just having this camera in my hand and people seeing me, it gets to me. So I think someday in the near future, I'm gonna do like a Walmart challenge for new vloggers, new people on YouTube, to go through Walmart, vlogging, talking to yourself, make it a whole 10 minutes. Yeah, let's do that. Let's, in the near future, do a Walmart challenge. Gotta walk through Walmart vlogging for 10 minutes, carrying on a whole conversation with yourself. It doesn't matter what you talk about. Let's do that in the near future. What do you say? But let's get downtown for right now and check out some 1080p versus 4K. Let's do it. By this tank that I always like coming to when I'm videoing things, and it just, I love the way it looks. It's old, it's cool. So right here I'm going to do the 1080p versus 4K test. I'm going to get close to it, just kind of pan by it, and even get close to the rust and things like that, and film some of it in 1080p and some of it in 4K. Now, I know I said I was going to go downtown and, you know, just get different things down there, but it's coming close to time to go to church and things like that, so I have to kind of hurry this video up. Also, one thing I just realized is that the whole video that I've shot so far, I didn't set the white balance. Is that going to mess me up? I'm not sure. 90% of the time, you do want to make sure that you set your white balance. In case you didn't know that, I'm sure you do, but I'm still a beginner. I'm still learning a lot, so that is mistakes that I do make from time to time. So bear with me on the footage if it doesn't look right. If it doesn't look right, you may only see this part, and you may not have any idea what I'm talking about because you're only seeing this part. And another thing, weird fact, I don't know why, but every time I go to record or something like that, I get like these burps and these things that come in my throat. I guess it's from being nervous and trying to record and things like that. But let's try to get over that. What do you say? I'm adjusting the shutter right now because I've been, you know, shooting with it really, really high. Things that y'all just not care about, but I'm still talking about it. Anyway, let's see if we can get this right. So another thing is I'm learning how to use S-Log3, so I'm going to try to grade this footage to the best of my abilities. Still learning a lot. You know, I just pulled up the analytics on my video that I just dropped yesterday, which was the first video to this, the 1080p to versus 4K, and you know, the retention on it was only like 25%, but I'm not going to let that get me down. I'm still new, I'm still learning a lot, so I'm going to keep pushing myself to keep doing this. So what do you say about us going over here to this tank and trying to get some 1080p versus 4K. I'm not no Gerald Undone, let me say that. I'm not no, you know, Joshio. I'm still learning a lot, like I keep saying. Them guys are awesome. They know how to break this stuff down and really explain things to you. I'm just showing you the visuals and the different. Now I will load this up in 1080p, so I don't know exactly how that's going to make a difference on the 4K. I think the 4K version, or the parts of the 4K video, should look a little bit better. But I will say the 1080p out of this camera is amazing. And I will say this, if you have this camera, or the Sony A7s3, and you want to save on file sizes on your hard drive and things like that, then shoot in the 1080p. It is awesome, and if I'm not mistaken, it is definitely, I'm not going to say definitely because I don't know if I'm mistaken once again, but I'm pretty sure it's a 4K footage dropped down to a 1080p. How do they say that? Drop resolution, or no? I don't know. See, I don't even know these technical terms. I still have a lot to learn, like I keep saying. Anyways, enough babbling on. Let's get to the test. What do you think this looks like? I know that the 4K is going to absolutely look better than the HD, but what I'm trying to get across here is that the HD is very capable of just being the vlogging codecs that you use or I use. I definitely try to use it just for the file sizes, like I've been saying, for the hard drive, to save on the hard drive. All this stuff does cost money. I have not had my first client yet. I take that back. I have had a first client, a paying client, just one. So all this stuff costs money. That's what I'm trying to get across. And so I use the HD codecs. It looks good. It looks good enough for, oh, I about fell down. It looks good enough for YouTube, so that's what I'm using. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please think about hitting the like button, subscribe down below, and also remember, down in the description down below, I do have links to Amazon. If you're wanting to help support this channel, help me grow, and help me buy more gear that I can review and things like that, then click on them links down below and buy you some gear. It does not cost you any extra, but it does help your boy out. I'll catch you on the next one, guys.